This is West African Times channel on YouTube. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like, and then share. Today, where are we? Yes, as you can see, we're supporting Josh King, aka Kwame Owu. So the campaign begins now. Yes, today we are here to meet and greet and ask him questions about Prince William County and more, interact more, and know what is happening in our community. So please, gather where, join us. This is West African Times channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this August event. Tonight we are here to make history. We are here to support the next sheriff of Prince William County. And so give yourselves a round of applause for being here tonight, because this is a worthy cause. This is something that we need to do more of. So I will hand over the mic to Mr. Josh King, and he will tell us why he needs our support to become the next sheriff. So let's give Mr. King a round of applause.
So I will tell you guys a little bit about me. My name is Josh King. I was a military police in the Army for 5 years. I served in the Iraq War, did 2 tours there. Since then, I've been a deputy sheriff for 16 years, and I can't believe that it's been that long. And I'm running to be the next sheriff of Prince William County. And this is an exciting time because some of you guys don't know that I'm the first Democrat to run for sheriff in 20 years. The guy's been in there for 20 years, and some of you guys don't even know who he is, don't even know his name, don't know what it looks like. And you wouldn't know because he would never come to speak to you. If he's been here this long and you don't know him, you've been in this community more than 5 years, because I ran 4 years ago and you still haven't met him, then that means he doesn't care for you. And that's why I'm here, because I care. Some of the things that I want to do differently is really work with our children. Our children in schools, they're having fights, they're having all these different things, and we need to have something better for them. One program that I want to do is work with my wife and some folks in the county to try to get a community center for our kids. They need a place to go. Most kids get in trouble after school because they have nothing to do and nowhere to go. So that's something that we need to work on. And we have to elect the right people and hold them accountable and tell them what we need for our children. One difference between myself and the sheriff that's in now, the current sheriff has a saying that he loves to say. He says, citizens first. That's his motto, citizens first. My motto, to counter that, is family first. He believes in programs to separate families, keeping people locked up and all this other stuff. I'm trying to reunite families and keep families together. So that's a real big stark difference between him and I. I also want to make sure that if somebody does go to jail, when they come out, that we try to keep them out. Everybody knows what you need to survive. When people come out of jail, they need 3 things. First, they need somewhere to live. Second, they need something to eat. And third thing, they need a job. And when you get out of jail, those are 3 things you're looking for. And after 4 days of not eating, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go when you don't have a family member or someone, especially if you're a quote-unquote foreigner and you're looking for help and assistance? So we need to really work on those issues here. Some of you guys may know my wife. Her name is Candy King. She's Delegate Candy King. She is the lawmaker for this area. She has all of Woodbridge and Stafford. If you voted in the last 2 elections, you re-elected her. She couldn't be here tonight, so she told me to give her a shout out. She's down passing laws in Richmond. She will be back. Tomorrow's the last day, so she'll be back at the end of the month. But she said the next event that we have for the community should definitely be there. But I always tell people this year, we're both running. So my wife, she writes the laws and I enforce them. So it's the same way in the house too, so just so you know. So you can vote twice for King. So let me tell you a couple things about the election this year. There's a primary, it's primary season right now, and there's a primary to be June 20th. June 20th this year is a different day. It's June 20th. After the primary, the general election will be, I think, November 7th. Okay, November 7th is election day, and it is also a holiday in the state of Virginia, and that's because of Democrats like my wife who fought for it to be a holiday because it wasn't one before. So what's important right now is I'm thanking God, my wife and I both don't have primaries. So we will officially be the nominees soon. And that's why I had this event to get started, because this is where it starts, on the ground. So I need you guys to really, to dig deep, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, let them know our names, you know, Candy King, Josh King, what we're doing, what we're trying to do. We need your guys' help, and we need you guys to volunteer. I want to talk a little bit about how you can help to volunteer. One thing that you may see, because there's an election every year, if you didn't know in Virginia, you see these flyers that come into your mail. They're on your door. Well, how do they get there? We're walking up and down the street putting it there, and we need help. So this is called canvassing. So this is what we ask people to do. I will ask you to volunteer for an hour in your own neighborhood. You walking your dog, you can walk to 3 neighbors and give them a pamphlet and say, hey, I met Josh King, I know him, this is what he's about, please support him or my wife, you know, and do that. And then you meet someone else and then tell them, and that's how we can grow. But that's how we start. Another way you guys can help volunteer is called phone banking. Again, we'll give you a list of people in your neighborhood, people that you may know or may not know, and you will call them directly and say, hey, there's an election on this day, these are the people running, please support them, and this is why. Very short. The phone call could be only a minute, but that's all it takes, because it's all about word of mouth. Elections cost money. Everything costs. The t-shirts, all this food, everything costs. So in order to keep costs down, we have to do what we can on the ground. Some people volunteer. Staff costs money. Pamphlets cost money. And I hate that politics is around money, because you will never see me on TV like you see these big elections. They have millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars on TV and on the radio. I don't know if you guys heard, I was on Sankofa Radio the other Friday. And it was, you know, just to let the people know, I've been in a local newspaper, West African Times. So I'm trying to get down to the root where the people are, and we start from there. Because if we can handle this at the grassroots level, when the flowers grow, we grow with them. If you guys want to help volunteer, there's a volunteer table right here. You can sign up. Please take my cards, take it to your churches. This is the first event and not the last event. This is the first event. We're going to do some more throughout the year, hopefully May, June, and one more in October at the end to get people going. We need people to register to vote if you haven't. Tell your friends, if you have kids in college, tell them they can absentee vote. So we can all work together and get this done. Again, I want to say thank you guys so much. If you can go onto my website, it is www.king4pwc.com. You go onto my website. There's 2 buttons up there. One button is a volunteer, so you can click on that and volunteer. The other one, the very important one, is a donation button. We need money. It costs lots of money. For me to send those mailers out, just one mailer to go out to the entire county costs $15,000 just for one, and I have to do like 10. So just do the math. That's not including staff and everything else. No amount is too big or too small. If you only can give $1, please give, because every dollar you give moves us closer. We only have 256 days, so we're not going to count the days. We're going to make the days count. Thank you guys for your love and attention. Thank you guys for coming out. When y'all leave here tonight, I need all y'all to let everybody know there's a new sheriff in town. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. King. And Mr. King has business cards here. It has his website address on. So please grab one and go to the website and go support him. It is now time for questions. Any questions from the floor? Anything anybody wants to know? Any clarification? Please come forward.
All right, I mean, I can speak louder.
Sure, sure.
Just quick one. You want to touch a little bit on this, Prince William reforms of immigrants into the police, and then having immigrants go through different process, and a normal criminal will go through the deportation and all that. Do you want to touch a little bit on
Sure. Sure, Mike. So last time when I ran in 2019, the current sheriff, he started a program here in the county. The program is a policy called 287G, okay? This program allowed the sheriff to deputize folks in the jail as ICE agents, okay? Back, I think, 2008, there was a mass exodus in this county of immigrants leaving because they were being profiled by the police and by the sheriff's office, okay? That program has been in effect for a long time. There's only 2 counties that was left, Culpeper County and Prince William County. So one of the key differences between myself and the sheriff is, like I said before, he believes in citizens first. What does that mean? Some people are immigrants here, they have their status, but their spouse doesn't, you know, and they're waiting on it. So I'm saying I'm trying to keep families together, and he's trying to deport people out. So I put so much pressure on the sheriff and the county to get rid of the program. And even though I lost the race back in 2019, the program is non-existent. I made it so big that they could not deny that the program was wrong, and they voted it out. The current sheriff still believes in that and wants to bring it back, but he doesn't have the votes, and I'm holding him accountable. So the way the program worked, basically, if you were arrested for, let's say, something simple like drinking in public, you would get 4 hours in jail, right? After you sober up, you would leave. But not if you're undocumented. They will call ICE and keep you 72 hours past and try to have ICE come pick you up. Now, you've already served your time or pay your $50 fine, not being deported, right? Especially if you're waiting on your status. So these are some differences between him and I, and why he says citizens first, whatever that means. So I hope that answered your question on where I stand, especially in this county, Prince William County, when it's a majority minority county. What does that mean? Most of the people who live here in this county are people of color. And that's why now you have the first African-American on the county board of supervisors, Victor Angry. You have Andrea Bailey. If you go down to the town of Dumfries, it's an all-black cast. You got a black mayor, black vice mayor, all black city staff, councilmen and women. It's all black, but it hasn't always been that way. And now that we are in power, we have to use that power to keep our rights for us, because we fought so hard. So that's why it's important for you guys not to just come out and vote for me, but vote up and down the ballot, because that's where the progress comes. Any more questions? Corey Stewart is no longer there. Back in 2019, a lot of the stuff died with him. Chairman Ann Wheeler, a Democrat, won that seat back in 2019. So Corey Stewart is gone. As a matter of fact, I have the only incumbent race. The sheriff is the only remaining Republican constitutional office. All the rest of those, the school board chair, the Commonwealth attorney, everyone won in 2019 except for me. So Corey Stewart is done. He's not coming back. He can't come back. First off, because he don't have the votes, and secondly, because we put him out. He tried that, but we are on the local level right now. We're talking about local here in Prince William County. He can run for whatever he wants, but he's not going to win Prince William County. All we can do is our county. Well, the first thing you can do is donate. Okay, it costs money to put those signs out on the road. It costs money to have these events and to have staff. So that's number one. Number two, after you elect folks, people disappear. You have to show up to the town halls. You have to come back. When we have other events, you have to come. People want to come in the end and want to come to the party, but after the party's over, they're out. I know everyone works. We have church. We have all these different things, but it takes more than that. So, like for me, I don't have all the answers for the sheriff's office and for public safety, but I'm going to come to you. You put me in, and only you can take me out. That's why I'm here, and he's not, because he doesn't care what you think. I do. That goes the same for my wife and any other person who wants you to vote for them. You need to take it to them and hold them accountable. If there's no more questions, I just want to say again, thank you. please sign up on a volunteer sheet. I'll send out emails, make phone calls, and you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for your attention.
Hi.
Hi.
So, what do you make of King?
I believe in Ken and I believe in his vision. He have the hearts of the people, and also not just that, he just cared for the community and the people in it.
What are you expecting from him?
To do right by us, that's what I'm expecting from him.
Okay, is this the first time you've gotten involved in elections like this? Because it looks like this is my first time seeing him here or any other candidate, like getting the Ghanaians involved.
Not my first time being around him or seeing him. He's been doing a lot. I work with a lot of Democrat politicians, and I've been around Ken and the wife for a very long time. And I know the thing with them is they don't just bluff about what they want to do, but they do what they promise to do. That I can tell much.
Oh, okay. So, if you had to advise Ghanaians around Prince William County, what will you say?
Go out when the time comes and vote. Support them when you can, financially, fiscally. Volunteer your time, because we want our voice to be heard. These are the people that will do right by us. Sitting home and complaining is not going to help. So believe in them and vote.
Oh, thank you so very much.
You're very welcome.
Have you gotten involved in politics like this before, or has any of the candidates gotten us involved like this before?
I can say not really, but I've been to a couple of places that such an event goes on, and me myself, more about me is trustee board at my community. I fought for years. I've been there for 21 years. And it took a while for me to get in there because they don't want any minority to be part of the trustee board because it's for privilege-wise, you know how it is. So I'm a board member. At the same time, I'm chief of inspector in our community, about 450 homes of Cardinal. And I've seen a lot of things going on right now. We have to stand up and help our community. So we are all happy to see him getting to this level. So whatever it takes, you know, we will do our best to help him out.
Okay.
Because it's for all of us, for our future, our great-grandchildren, and our what do you call it, our descendants. So it's a good time, and I'm so happy to be here to help him out. Yes, yes.
Okay, so what are some of the expectations from King?
What expectations? What I'm expecting is, to the best of my knowledge, I think the youth coming up right now, they'll look up to him. Because sometimes they won't look up to those like the sheriff there, right, 75-year-old. He, you know, certain things about when he speaks, you can tell early-wise, the kids don't understand. The up-and-coming kids, they know what it is. So even sometimes we got to look up to them for them to help us out. Like my kids, I do the same thing. So I think we are happy that we got such a young, vibrant gentleman to help us out to get to a certain level, because you know how it is in Prince William County, other counties, when they arrest, you know, the difference between minorities and homeboys and homegirls, you can tell. So I think it's our time.
Yeah.
By grace of God. Without God, there's nothing we can do. So all that I can say is, with God's favor and the grace, by His grace, we'll get somewhere.
I love that. So
we'll get
what
somewhere.
will you tell our fellow Ghanaians? Because I can see, AKA Kwame Owusu, that's his name. He's taking a Ghanaian name upon himself. And it's so interesting when you see that you are being recognized. So Ghanaian friends who couldn't make it here today, what will you advise them?
In terms of advising them, what I'll do is I will do my best to, you know, anywhere there's a gathering. So I was telling him right now, I'll do my best, send some flyers there, talk to people about we have to help us. We got to help him to go to the next level, because now, and the whole case scenario is about money. We need money to support him. We need strength. We need intelligent people to help. It doesn't matter who you are. All that we need is to help him out to get to the sheriff. Now he's a deputy sheriff. We want him to be with the prayer, with the grace of God. I know definitely he'll get there. So the best I can say is I have to advise my people, talk to them about him, tell them more about him, what he can do, what he can do. It's about us. And the whole thing is we need the wisdom of God. Without the wisdom, the knowledge, we can't. So it's about time.
All right.
Yeah, it's about time.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
We are supposed to be here to support King.
Yep.
And Why on earth should someone come here to support King?
Well, I tell you what, I've known Josh for about 15 years. I've voted in the primaries for him. I've voted for his wife. I've voted for Josh in all the elections that he stood or he's run in. And I think that the values that he espouses and the message that he's sending to the community and what he has planned for the community is what I also dream of the community having. So I believe that he is the right person for the county and he's the right person for the job.
Okay, so what are your expectations? Because he's been the deputy for so many years now, so I know he's got the experience. So what are you expecting from King?
Well, what I'm expecting from him is I'm expecting something totally different from what the current sheriff does. Josh talks about family first. The sheriff talks about community first. I think Josh is approaching it the right way because all politics is local in that it starts from your home and how you run the family together. And Josh's way of fixing these problems that the county socially faces is to try and address what happens in the various homes and help the homes and teach us what really the laws are about and the way that we have to approach it when we get into situations where we have to deal with law enforcement.
All right, so as Ghanaians, what can we do to support him?
Well, politics is not cheap. I'll tell you that. He's running. He needs money for his campaign. And let's all, if you're a registered voter, vote, vote, vote. If you're a registered voter in Prince William County, contribute to his campaign and go out and vote on November 7th. And vote for the Kings. His wife is running for the local delegate in Dumfries and Woodbridge, Prince William County area, and he's running for Prince William County Sheriff. So if you're a registered voter in Prince William County, go out and vote.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, yeah. This is West African Times channel on YouTube. Please subscribe, share, and like. Okay. Yes, as I said earlier on, today we were here to meet and greet Josh King, the next sheriff, Prince William County. And yay, so many things happen here. This is the time for us to support our own, is it? Yes. Keep watching West African Times channel on YouTube.